Hello and welcome to this week's hashtag Toe to Toe. I'm Andy Scott. As always, I'm joined by Spencer Fearon, and we're lucky enough to be joined by Commonwealth heavyweight title challenger Dave Allen. Dave, good to see you.
Thank you very much, Andy, for having me.
Couple of weeks' time, big fight for you against Lenroy Thomas. Just put it into words, how excited you are, what we can expect from you.
Yeah, I'm very excited. This opportunity's come a bit sooner than anticipated, really. You know, I knew I was going to fight on the Sheffield bill. You know, with it being Kell Brook and being close to home. Thought I was going to fight Ian Lewison, to be honest. Then we got the call, Lenroy Thomas, Commonwealth heavyweight title, massive, innit? So yeah, I'm very excited about it, and I'm going to bring the Commonwealth heavyweight title back to Doncaster.
Am I right in saying that your dad actually boxed there when he was boxing?
Yeah, 33 years ago, he got a fifth round knockout win there. So he's very excited. My granddad's very excited. We're all very excited.
No pressure. You got to beat your dad then.
Well, you know, he's giving me a bit of grief about it, so yeah, it'd be nice to get it done in under 5. It'd be nice, yeah, it'd be nice.
Well, we wish you all the best. The reason you're here, though, is we've got the public send in some questions as they always do. So let's start with Josh Cantor. At Josh Cantor has sent in, Pappy Rhino, who's been your biggest inspiration in boxing?
Well, my dad was a professional, so I should say him, but it wasn't, because I didn't even know he boxed. I was kept away from boxing. The first fight I watched was John Murray and Yusuf Al Hamidi.
Classic.
I was about nearly 17 years old. I never put on a pair of gloves to learn. But he used to make me and my sister spar as kids.
That's really nice. I like that. Yeah.
And she was 3 years old.
She should beat you up though. Your sister should beat you up.
She used to bash me up. I remember after Question of Sport on a Friday evening, 7:30, gloves would come out. She'd bust me up. I'd be over the bathroom sink crying, blood everywhere. But yeah, anyway, I started watching boxing, and my inspiration, I used to love John Murray. I know Yusuf Al Hamidi, that fight was close, but I used to love John Murray. John Buster Keaton in the gym when I started at the Ingle gym, he was massive. He used to really help me out. Richard Towers as well. I was meant to box him, but he was a big thing when I first started out. It really helped me. Kell was the main man in the gym back then. But you know, James Toney, that's what I've watched since day one. I'm like a poor man's James Toney, like I try and copy him, you know, like different, but on a personal level, and watch them on the internet. You know, I've got a lot of different people who have inspired me.
Okay, let's bring in Spencer. Josh Rosenberg has sent in, is Kell Brook going to be too powerful and experienced for Errol Spence?
I would say too experienced. I'm not too sure about him being too powerful. We have to look at his fight where he had with Golovkin. He looked a comfortable 160, and when we look at history, guy comes to mind, Marlon Starling, who was a former WBC champion, moved up to fight Michael Nunn for the IBF middleweight title, and then he came down in weight. He lost that fight and he came down in weight, and then he lost to a lesser opponent in a guy called Morris Blocker. So I could see maybe just the weight. If Kell Brook can do the weight fine, then I'm backing Kell Brook to win, because I think that he's the more experienced. I don't think he's the stronger of the two. I think he's the more experienced, and also Kell Brook is the hurtful puncher. He's pinpoint accurate. He doesn't waste shots. If that Kell Brook can turn up, then Kell Brook's going to win the fight.
How do you see that one going, Dave?
Well, in terms of the question, you know, like we always say, experience. Like Gervonta Davis is coming over to fight Leon Walsh. People are saying he's inexperienced. He's had 300 amateur fights, you know. Spence went to the Olympics for the USA, so how many amateur fights has he had? You know, he's probably had between 200 and 300 amateur fights, and I know Kell probably had like 70 or 80 himself. I know he turned pro at 18, but I agree with Spencer, actually. I think if Kell does the weight correctly, it's a difficult thing, because I remember knowing Kell as a kid, and I was quite a big kid, and he was always, his arms are massive. Like Kell's a massive,
heavy set lad.
Right. He's just huge. So, and like you say, he's been up to middleweight now. He's got to come back down. I don't think that makes a difference, because he was going to go up in weight anyway. Like he does balloon up a little bit in between fights. I think if Kell does the weight all right, he will win. You know, Spencer's not been at this level. Well, that's not to say that he can't operate at that level when he gets there. It's a very interesting fight. It's one I'm very much looking forward to, and I'm edging towards Kell because I like him.
Okay, let's go back to one on you, Dave. Ben Griffiths.
Yeah.
Dave, what's the aim after you win the title? Obviously, if you win the Commonwealth title, British or looking towards European? Team White Rhino. So I think Ben's a supporter.
I give him a glove after the Dylan White. I bought a Dylan White and I sent him a glove. I wish I hadn't now, because there was a good pair. I could have trained it. But anyway, I'm not looking past Lenroy Thomas for the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth title is, you got the Commonwealth, the British, European, and then you got a world title. They're the 4 major things you can win in boxing. Never mind all these other belts or whatever. But the British title is one I always. My great granddad was a professional fighter. My dad was. Neither of them won the British title for whatever reason, not good enough or whatever. My dad was a bit of a boy, but the British title is what I want to win. And when you got the likes of Gary Cornish, is a mandatory challenger, and Sam Sexton, Leroy Thomas is a harder fight than them. So I want to beat Leroy Thomas. I want to beat Gary Cornish. I'm not even looking at the European title. I don't see myself as European level yet. I want to learn my trade at this level, British level, because it's poor. It's poor. What's about at British level right now is poor. I think Ian Lewison's the hardest fighter around this level. You've got the likes of Nathan Gorman, Daniel Dubois coming up. Joe Joyce going to turn pro. So I want to win a British title now against Gary Cornish before I've got to get in a real fight against them guys. So I want to get the Commonwealth one, the British one, and then we'll worry about the European and that after. You know, I want to get them things. One will mean a lot to me and my family, and I'll learn a lot in doing so.
Spencer, Kyron has sent in, who is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world as of now? It's always a controversial one, isn't it? Always raises a lot of debate. Who is your pound-for-pound number one?
But we've got to be realistic. And if we say pound-for-pound number one, then what would be, if we were doing a ranking system, then how are we going to rank? Well, we have to look at who...
Not getting involved in that rankings argument.
Well, okay, then who have you beaten? Now, we have to look at someone like an Andre Ward, even though I think Lomachenko should be pound for pound potentially number one. Right. Andre Ward, simply because Andre Ward has beaten Kovalev, who is going to be a pound for pound, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's beaten Carl Froch, he's beaten Mikkel Kessler. These guys are going to be Hall of Famers, right? Mm-hmm. He's beaten these guys and he's still active, and so for me, he's the pound for pound number one.
And he stepped up in weight.
Right, and he stepped up in weight to go and do it. And then also people thought that he wasn't going to take the rematch against Kovalev, and he stepped up to the plate and has taken a rematch with Kovalev because people said that was a close fight. He's taken that fight, which is going to be shown on Sky, which is going to be fantastic. So he, as far as I'm concerned, is the pound for pound number one.
Dave, do you think George Groves will win by stoppage on the 27th? That's from Tommy Ellison. He's obviously on the Sheffield card as well against Fedor Chudinov.
I think that's a great addition. You know, George Groves going for the world title for the fourth time. I think it's the fourth time.
Yeah, that's right.
The two Chudinov brothers, and they're both pretty similar. They're both tough and game and whatever else. But George Groves has got a fantastic jab. I think he's got the best jab in boxing today.
Shane McGuigan said that as well.
Sorry to cut you. Joshua Boazzi said he did some sparring with George Groves, and he said after the spar he had to go in the gym to practice on stuff because he said George Groves had a superb jab. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think very sharp and it's powerful as well. He really lets it go. You know, it's like a lot of fighters you see are pouring with the front hand. Yeah. He puts it in your face a bit like Kell does. I body sparred Kell and he's come with a few stiff jabs in the chest. You know, and he's only at welterweight. So yeah, I think George Groves should beat Chudinov. You know, I think Chudinov's perfect for him. He's pretty upright. He'll come straight to him. And I think Groves keep him on the jab all night. Probably win on points. I don't know. I think Groves will be happy to win however it comes. But I don't think Chudinov is not one of the main men at 168, and George Groves will beat you if you're not one of the main men at that weight.
Okay, I'll finish on this one because I know it generated a lot of internet traffic at the time. It's from Richard Nelson to you, Dave. Rhino, have you got anything planned for the weigh-in? I know my wife will be watching closely. Both big fans. Good luck, pal. So there's obviously a story behind your weigh-in antics.
Well, what happened at the O2? I was in my hotel room.
We've got to be careful. We've got to be careful with this one.
With my friend, and I peeked out of the window. I said it's pretty cold out there today, and he said the weigh-in's like it's not outside, but you're more or less outside at the O2. So I said, hold on 1 second. So I went in my bag and I pulled out a big pair of socks, these big Slazingers, you know, Slazingers like Tyson Fury wears. I wear them as well. So I got them out, I put them down, I went to weigh-in, and Dave, I was late to the weigh-in, so we was last on to weigh, so
I remember.
We was after Hay Bellew, I shoved them down, and since then, things in Mexico, Czech Republic, things have really took off for me over there. I'm doing a calendar soon actually as well. Yeah. This is true. I'm doing a calendar. I'm dressing up as 12 different animals for every month. I'm going to be a rhino in January, a lion in May, all sorts of different animals. Okay. This is true as well. But for this one, I've got a few ideas. I'm not sure what I can share right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to be allowed to actually partake in any of these ideas on the 26th of May. But yeah, I think I think Richard and his wife will be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, well, that's a great question, Richard. Thank you for sending that in. Final one on you, Dave. Just what would it mean to you to win your first professional title, Commonwealth champion, at Bramall Lane on a big night of boxing?
It would mean a lot for many different reasons. You know, first of all, the Commonwealth heavyweight title is something I never thought I'd ever fight for. You know, I believe in my ability, you know, and more so now that I've been in with some of these top fighters. Means a lot for my dad and my family and stuff. You know, we're into boxing. We're a real boxing family, and it means a lot that how many people. I once sold 3 tickets for a fight in Newcastle Arena. My girlfriend at the time and 2 friends came to Newcastle. I sold £105 worth of tickets. So big thanks to my old manager Dennis Hobson for letting me still fight on the night. But the tickets I've sold for Bramall Lane is unbelievable, and a lot of them through Twitter and through Instagram. I don't even know these people. They buy them online through my sister. Big shout out, Danielle. Thank you very much. She does a good job. She gets them out the next day, and so yeah, it's just for all the people coming, because sometimes these people are supporting me just because they like me. You know, I'm not doing anything in there. I've never done anything in the ring really. Every fight I've won, like Jason Gavin, they've been boring, and when I lose, like, it's a little bit brave and that, but I don't do anything special, so they just like me for me, and it does, like, I do get emotional sometimes alone at home when the people are buying tickets, because without them, I probably wouldn't be in the position that I'm in now, fighting for the Commonwealth heavyweight title. So it's for them, it's for my family, and most importantly, it's for myself.
Well said, and we wish you all the best at Bramall Lane. Spencer?
Yeah, lastly, can we say, how old is Sugar Ray Leonard today?
He's 61.
61. This guy's a historian as well. Sugar Ray Leonard, one of the greatest to ever do it. 5 times world champion from welterweight all the way up to light heavyweight. He's 61 today, so from all of us on the Toe to Toe team, happy birthday, Sugar Ray. You're one of the greatest to ever do it.
There you go, you said it, you don't need me to say it. Dave, thanks for coming in. We'll catch up with you and Spencer later on. Make sure you go onto iTunes and download the full Toe to Toe podcast. Thanks for joining us.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live on all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.